Hey YouTube, this is Jim again from Ohio, and I thought I'd make another video. I haven't done one for quite a long time, but I was asked by Jim and Michelle on their channel Out Late But Great to do one. So I said, sure, I'll do it. So anyway, the topic that I'd like to talk to you about today is about being in the closet and lying. I was one of those kids that I knew I was gay since I was probably like 10 or 12, something like that. I grew up Catholic, very Catholic actually. My parents put all of us into Catholic school until the 8th grade. And we were always taught that, lying is a sin and you shouldn't lie. And I still remember going to confession. If you're familiar with the Catholic Church, they would march all these little kids up and send them into confession to the priest, and we would say things like, oh, I stole from my mother, or I lied, or all these little sins. And so, like I said, lying to me was very, very anti-Catholic and not good. But like I said, I knew I was gay probably like 10 or 12, something like that. I didn't know what it was. I had no idea what it meant to be gay or whatever, but I do remember right around that time, I used to go out in the summertime and sit on our swing set, and there was a guy that lived behind us that was actually really, really handsome. And in the summertime, he would go out and mow the grass, and me, Mr. little 10 or 12-year-old, would go out and sit on the swing and watch him. And I still remember every time I would hear his lawnmower power up, I was out there on that swing. So I knew something was wrong, but I didn't know what it was. And I knew that kids would call each other like homo or queer or all those words, but I didn't know what it was. Until one day I was reading Ann Landers. I don't know if you're familiar with that, but it's like Dear Abby. It's one of those question and answer things. A guy had written in and said that he was a homosexual, and he was describing what he was feeling and stuff, and I thought to myself, oh my God, that's me. So I went to the dictionary and looked it up, and sure enough, everything that he was describing was what I felt. So I can honestly say that the lying actually started then. I told myself that I would never ever reveal it to anyone. I could not. I was terrified. I thought to myself, what am I going to do? So again, you used to start lying. You lie about everything. Like in high school, I didn't really date that much, but I did meet someone, a female friend, who was actually just a friend, but she kind of filled my, she was kind of like my lie to my family and my friends, because they had thought that we were like boyfriend and girlfriend, but we weren't. We were just friends. And we even went to Europe together. I went with her family. So that actually worked for me all the way through like my first year of college. And it turned out actually that she is a lesbian. So I think in a way we were both using each other. Kind of weird when you think of it. But so anyway, I just kept the lies up, kept on lying, made up stories until I was about 30, and I couldn't take it anymore. I just couldn't. So that's when I went to the library and got the telephone book and looked up the Gay and Community Center in Cleveland. So I jotted down the number, and I laid it on my desk, and it sat there for a couple days. And one day I finally got enough courage to call. So I did. And I remember that day like changed my life. It's I talked to this guy named Joel for about 2 hours, and he sent me all kinds of information and stuff, and that really like changed my life. So I started testing the waters, coming out and everything, and shortly after that I met my partner Dave. So again, the lies kept continuing, because all of a sudden now there is a guy in my life that was never in my life before. How do you explain that to your family? Well, I told them that I used to work at the Cleveland Clinic when I first graduated from school, and I told my family that I had met him there, which another big lie. So I can't remember, it was like 2 or 3 months into our relationship that I finally decided that I couldn't take it anymore. I couldn't take the lies, and I actually came out to my sister. So my sister told my mother, my mother told my other siblings, and it all worked out fine. But the thing that I wanted to express to you is that there's no reason to live like that. It's a horrible, awful place to be. And I hope if anybody is listening to this that you really think, if you're still in the closet, that you really think about coming out. Because, oh my God, you guys, after I came out to my family, it was like, I don't have to lie anymore. I can't even tell you how wonderful that feeling is. And I think you'll appreciate it if you're still in the closet. So anyway, that's just what I wanted to say. And thank you, Jim and Michelle. I love your channel. I think you're doing some great work. And if you need me for anything else, let me know. Okay, YouTube, I'll talk to you later. Bye.